Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series about public speaking, helping you. The reason being is that you're in positions for the first time that you never thought you were going to be in, or maybe you aspired to be in, but there was little to no training. So you're a frontline teacher. You are a supervisor. You are a manager. You are a leader of people. In order for them to be successful, part of your job as manager, leader, teacher, is to prepare them and get them ready so they can reach their goals and dreams. Now, if you're just a person who would love to do public speaking, yes, this coronavirus has been with us for a while now. It is now October of 2020. So everyone has found a way to get what they want inside this box. And it is very crowded space. But will things be opening up? Are there still small group opportunities or special social orders that you can still get paid for people hearing your words? Yes. Now, there's some great institutions that focus in on communications, and public speaking is a part of general communications. Or there are organizations that just specifically target public speaking. And either way, you have to pay for those, and maybe you don't have the money for that. Maybe you're one of those people that just can peruse around and find something on a website or on a YouTube, and that information and content can help you out free of charge because you have the discipline to already understand the value of practice. That's why we do this. So, we're going to talk today about really some things that you need to do. Blocking, tackling, if we were talking about football, free throw shooting, if we were talking about basketball, bunting, hitting, if we were talking about baseball, basic things that needs to be mastered. So, as a speech coach, I perform my share of triage when it comes to undoing the damage of bad public speakers and even some of the advice some other coaches have given their people. Although offered with the best of intentions, sometimes these Nostradamus's level of speakers are headed in the wrong direction because they're usually given information by people who aren't speech experts, though some professional trainers are guilty as well. Often, directors like these come from people who don't have a background in performance. So it's no wonder they leave speakers unprepared to connect with a moving audience, which is you. So I'm going to give you some persistent or problematic pieces of advice that maybe you've run into or heard about. And let's see if we can get you to be a little bit better the next time you're in that position where people have paid money or they came into the room to hear what you are going to give them as an explosion, as a takeaway, something that they can go back and implement and be successful. That's why they came to see you. So the first one would be improve your own public speaking by prescription. And here's what I mean. Every public speaking situation is unique in some way. That is public speaking situational. What works in one venue, what works on one occasion, necessarily won't work in another. That's because the components are different. The audience, you, the recent events, most of all, what you're trying to accomplish by speaking to this particular group. In other words, you need to know your audience. Nothing kills spontaneity and flexibility of being in the moment like presentation rules. And we've all heard them before. No more than 7 lines on a PowerPoint slide. with a maximum of 8 words per line or something similar to that. There's even rules specific to how many slides you should talk during the number of minutes that your overall presentation to. So if you aspire to become an android, like in the old movie Blade Runner, by all means follow these directives. Otherwise, think carefully. You're the one that's going to be up there about what your listeners would like to hear from you to keep them engaged. Remember, you're there for them. Foster a discussion, take them on a journey. If you keep this in mind, you'll be a lot better. And I guarantee you, people will be asking for you more than others. Reveal your fear of public speaking. We all want to feel that an audience is on our side. So why not help get them there? Especially if you, the speaker, have speak anxiety. Now, I know what I'm going to look nervous. You may think, so why is that person starting to look nervous? Is he trying to gain sympathy from me? Well, think of it this way. Experienced speakers take an approach like this. If I do this setup, I can gain the audience. So think about an experienced speaker saying, excuse me if I look nervous. Public speaking always freaks me out. Now, when normal people in an audience hear this, they can gravitate to that because they know how tough it is to be a public speaker. So I'm saying that because not to use it all the time, because some folks will always tell you as a coach, never tell the people that you're nervous and never say you're sorry. But look at the situation. Remember, each audience is different. If you opened up with something like that, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. Public speaking still freaks me out. I've been doing it for 10 years just to gain the audience trust. So, just giving you something to think about. Third thing, avoid showing emotion. It's clear that emotions have little place in rational decision making, or does it? And that really perpetuates some people, especially when their audience or presenters, how they look at it can be two different ways. If those sound like some leading questions that, well, you're right in either case, the idea is that you shouldn't show emotion. You're trying to get the audience emotion on your side. First, if you avoid showing emotion, your ability to achieve empathy with the listeners will go up. Second, business speakers have a tendency to play it safe in presentations, not wanting to appear vulnerable. And the third reason is equally surprising and fascinating. It concerns the fact that emotions are a critically important part of decision making. I'll repeat that again. Emotions are a critical, important part of all human beings when making a decision. Scientifically, we know that this is a true point. So, by you finding a way to use emotion in your speech, can actually heighten the audience and the content that you're delivering and what you want them to walk away with. Effective decision making is not possible without the motivation and meaning behind the emotional input. That's your job as the speaker. Every element of persuasion, buy in, inspiration, however you want to target with the audience, is up to you. You took the gig. You should have asked who's the audience, why they're there, What do you want me to do? From the person that is asking you to deliver it. Once you know your audience, you'll know how to maneuver and keep that audience always talking. Not maybe about everything that they said, but how did you make them feel? That's what true speakers have mastered. Once again, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. Hopefully, you got something out of it. Until next time, as always, in parting, you go out and make it a champion.